Class 9 Social Science Geography Chapter 2 Physical Features of India. Hi guys, I welcome you to my Schooling YouTube channel. We are going to discuss about physical features of India in this session. This chapter covers location, the Himalayan mountains, the northern plains, the peninsular plateaus, the Indian desert, the coastal plains and the islands. Location. India has all major physical features of the earth. Mountains, plains, deserts, plateaus and islands. India. Varied physical features. In India, soil color varies from place to place as it is formed from different types of rocks. India has varied physical features which is explained on the basis of the theory of plate tectonics. Can you see children? I have shown you two different types of soils, black soil and red soil. There are many more varieties of soils like forest soil, laterite soil, etc. The theory of plate tectonics. 7 major and minor plates that form the Earth's crust keep moving, causing stress and thus leading to folding, faulting and volcanic activity. So children, for your reference and understanding, I have shown you different types of plate boundaries here. Sometimes it diverges, that is going apart. Both the plates are diverging apart. Sometimes it is converging, that is one sinking inside and the other one trying to upload over the other. And another kind is transforming, that is they move away, drift away in different directions. So this is how the plates are moving. So this picture indicates how the fault is formed and how the upper layers are also formed. The Himalayan mountains. The Himalayas are young fold mountains which are the loftiest and one of the most rugged mountain barriers of the world. The Himalayas are 2400 km long, 400 km to 150 km wide from Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh respectively. Children, this map shows you the whole stretch of Himalayan mountains. Ranges. The Himalayas have 3 parallel ranges in the longitudinal extent, namely Greater or Inner Himalayas called Himadri, Middle Himalayas or Himachal, Outer Himalayas or Shivaliks. Himalayas can be divided into 4 sections: Punjab Himalayas, Kumaon Himalayas, Nepal Himalayas and Assam Himalayas. Punjab Himalayas lies between Indus and river Satluj. Kumaon Himalayas lies between river Satluj and river Kali. Nepal Himalayas lies between river Kali and river Teesta. Assam Himalayas, the eastern Himalayas, lies between river Teesta and Dibang Sangpo. So this map shows you Punjab Himalayas. This map clearly shows you river Indus and river Satluj. So this map again shows you the river Indus. This map clearly shows you the river Sangpo. The northern plains. The northern plains spread over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer, 240 kilometer long to 320 kilometer broad. The rivers that flow to the plains from the mountains are involved in depositional work. That means the river carries silt with it. Silt makes the land very fertile. So whatever plants grow in that is more prosperous. The area is very prosperous. So it is crowded also. The population is highly crowded over there because of the fertility of the soil. This map clearly shows you the extension of the Indo-Gangetic Plain. This area is very fertile because of the 5 rivers flowing. The difference in relief causes the northern plains to have 4 regions. Babar. Adjacent to the foothills of Shivaliks, a narrow 8 to 16 kilometer wide belt of pebbles and boulders. Bangar, old alluvial plain which rises above the level of the floodplains. Khadar, newer and younger alluvial of the floodplains deposited by the rivers flowing down the plain. Terai lies adjacent to Babar region composed of newer alluvium and is thickly forested. The peninsular plateau. It is a tableland or a flat land and is formed due to the breaking and drifting of the Gondwana land. The plateau consists of two broad divisions, namely the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. Children, you might have seen the Gondwana land drifting. So it's a picture for you to understand. The eastward extensions of peninsular plateau are locally known as Bindelkhand and Bagelkhand. The Chota Nagpur plateau marks the further eastward extension drained by the Damodar river. Children, in this map clearly you can see the Deccan plateau below the Vindhyas and the Satpuras. Adjacently you can see the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, and you can also see the Chota Nagpur plateau. More clearly in this map, Deccan plateau has been highlighted and shown for you in a different color. Can you see? Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau is a triangular mass lying to the south of the river Narmada. The western and eastern edges of the Deccan Plateau are marked by the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats respectively. Malwa Plateau. The Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats. The Malwa Plateau is spread across Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat and slopes towards the north. Can you see, children? Malwa Plateau has been highlighted in green color for you. It is spreading across Rajasthan. The Indian Desert. The undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes towards the western margins of the Aravalli Hills is the Indian Desert. So children, the Thar Desert is also known as the Great Indian Desert. It is a large arid region in the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent. It is covering a larger area of 77,000 square meter, and it forms a natural boundary between India and Pakistan. Can you see the clear picture of Thar Desert here, which is spread over in Rajasthan? Barchans. Crescent-shaped dunes are called barchans. It covers large parts of the Indian desert. Luni is the only large river that flows in this region. Children, are you able to see the Barchan dune? The crescent-shaped. This is how it looks in the desert. The coastal plains. The narrow coastal strips flank the peninsular plateau. On the west, the coastal strips are divided into Konkan, Mumbai, Goa, Kannada Plain and the Malabar coast from northern to the southern part. So in this map, the area that has been shaded dark indicates the coastal areas. The ash color shaded region in this map, which is spread across Mumbai from Thane till Sindhudurg, it is called as the Konkan division. Northern Sircar. On the east, the coastal strip is divided into Northern Sircar and the Coromandel coast from northern to the southern part. The Lakshadweep Islands, formerly the Lakadives, is a group of islands situated some 400 km off India's west coast in the Arabian Sea. They are only India's coral atolls and geographically a part of the same chain as the Maldives. Lakshadweep is India's smallest union territory. It has 10 inhabited islands, 17 uninhabited islands, attached islets, 4 newly formed islets and 5 submerged reefs. The main islands are Kavaratti, Agatti, Minikoi and Amini. The total population of the territory is 60,595 according to the 2001 census. Agatti has an airport with direct flights. The Lakshadweep Islands group in the Arabian Sea close to Kerala. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are the two island groups. Lakshadweep has been shown for you. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The Andaman Islands are located in the Indian Ocean about 600 km east of the southern coast of Myanmar, between the Bay of Bengal and the Andaman Sea, to the north of Indonesia's Sumatra Island. Andaman Islands are an Indian archipelago in the Bay of Bengal. These roughly 300 islands are known for their palm-lined white sand beaches, mangroves and tropical rainforests. Coral reefs supporting marine life such as sharks and rays make popular for diving and snorkeling sites. The map has been shown for your reference. Andaman Island consists roughly of 300 small islands. India's only active volcano, Barren Island, is situated here. We have come to the end of this chapter. Hope all of you would have understood and enjoyed my video. If you like my video, please like, share, comment and subscribe to Schooling. Press the post notification for getting notified for my new videos. If you have any questions, ask me in Instagram. Thank you.